What's up, y'all? Welcome to Three Brothers and a Shot of Milk presents Two Cousins Talking Batman. We go over Batman the Animated Series, Season 1, and we're pretty much giving our fan out commentary / review over each episode. Chris, this is our first one in
Ooh,
2023.
it's good to be back, boy. I've
I
been,
know.
with life and schedules and kids and everything, and
Yeah.
we've been texting back and forth like we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. I'm glad we finally got this time together, and
Yes.
this is it. Look, if anyone wants to understand our cousin relationship, listening to this, watching this video is an insight into how Lawrence and I interact with each other on a
For the last 40 years.
exactly.
It could be Batman. It could be Power Rangers. It could be. It's usually this is still the
Right.
conversation.
The insight, the scenarios, the everything. This is an insight, a voyeuristic view into Chris and Lawrence.
Hope you guys enjoy.
I
Hope you enjoy.
Hey.
Oh man, Chris, tell us about this episode, dude.
Okay, so this is okay. When we talked about what episode to review, I remember this episode being more influential than it really was. But this episode is really it's a was Isaac Asimov robot trope episode where the robots take over.
Yeah.
They're trying to duplicate everyone, turn everyone to duplicates to these robots, and we don't know yet. So I didn't make the mistake again of watching both parts, but I just watched the first part. So what we know is that there's a mainframe that's gone rogue and trying to take over Gotham, and they're targeting Wayne Tech. And what are we gonna do? What's Batman and Bruce Wayne gonna do about it? Interesting point is it's not just Batman fighting this; it's Bruce Wayne fighting this because they're attacking Wayne Enterprises.
It's very interesting. This is one of those episodes that I didn't really remember until I started watching it. Like I didn't remember this one escaped me. And I started watching it and I'm like, am I gonna like this? Sometimes I don't want Batman all the way sci-fi. But then I was into it. But then I was calling mad flags on the play. Just a lot of flags on the play. We'll discuss.
A lot of flags. So before we get started, I'll give you the air date. Air date was November 16th, 1982. Directed by Kevin Altieri, written by Brianne Steffens, music by Richard Bronsky and Tamara Keeley. Interesting fact about this episode where I had to dig deep for facts. This is the first appearance of Barbara Gordon.
I was about to say, okay, because we'll talk about it when we see her. But sometimes for those watching this, we're sticking in season 1, but we go all over the place.
All over the place.
And we've seen Barbara on an episode we covered pre-Batgirl already. But yeah, this has to be the first one because Bruce is like, it's been 4 years since I've seen you.
Right.
And I'm like, wow. I love it. I love that about this show. I love that though. Planting seeds for the Black Bat family way before they even pop up.
That's it. Shall we get it started?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I have for trying to see if I have any other facts I can lay out. No, that's about it. Let's just go.
Let's go. For those tuning in for the first time, we don't want to get a YouTube strike. That's why we have a wonderful, beautiful video montage, and we're not watching the episode.
Yes, which Lawrence painstakingly puts together. So we tried to do the watch along, which was super fun, but they were like, nope.
So enjoy these 120 clips. We'll tell the story.
So it says something.
Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah. I said Wayne Tech before. Wayne Enterprises. So a blind starlet walks in, starlet-looking chick, Marilyn Monroe type chick walks in, and he just leaves the briefcase. Nobody questions it. He's like, what should we do with this briefcase? So if this was now, see something, say something. Like, don't you know? No one just walks in, leaves a briefcase, and then just bounces.
And this isn't like Macy's. Like this is Wayne, and like this is like R&D departments creating weapons and technology. A multi-billionaire owns it. This isn't just like I dropped a briefcase at Target. It's like this is high security.
Exactly. It's like you walk into like Boeing or like a defense contractor, leaving a package and walking away. Like that's not gonna fly.
But you know what? She's a beautiful woman, Chris.
She is fine.
And on this show, beautiful women get away with a lot of stuff they should not get away with on this series.
That's true. That's true. So what's cool about this episode is that we see Bruce Wayne Batman being Bruce Wayne, interacting with just regular guys. This guy's a little too familiar with him. I don't know, man. This guy,
my chest, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Bruce Wayne. Okay, Bruce Wayne is like the Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos of this world, right? So no random security guard is gonna put their hand on Jeff Bezos like, "Yo, what are you doing here?" Like,
but it's weird because in this episode, I'm like, no, I guess Bruce Wayne is more like Steve Jobs. He seems really hands-on.
I guess so.
Day to day.
Yeah.
Really, like he says a line later that I was like, that's very interesting. We'll get to it. But
all right. So now the action starts. We realize this briefcase. That's the briefcase. It's a Lawrence.
No, it isn't. It's a android. It's a robot. It's a robot.
it's a crawling bug robot briefcase thing.
Yeah, it's looking like Brainiac.
Exactly. Exactly. So this guy's escorting Bruce Wayne to his car, and then, of course, it has a laser. It has. When we saw it shoot up the stairwell, he used the same sound as Batman's grappling hook. You know that?
Really? I did not catch that.
Same sound. So I thought about that.
It's like a throwaway episode where they're like, listen, let's just get this out. Let's just get this out. This I mean, in wait, did it set off an alarm? I thought it was
so that's why. So the security guard is about to walk Bruce Wayne to his car because it's late at night. And, you can't let Bruce Wayne walk by himself. And then he's like, and then Bruce Wayne asks, what alarm is that? And he's like, that's upstairs. And then they realize it's a real alarm. And he's like, wait here, Mr. Wayne. And he's like, oh yeah.
I thought the briefcase did what it had to do to not set off alarms.
I guess the briefcase doesn't care.
I love this.
Why is his office so plain? He's Bruce Wayne.
Wait, hold on, pause.
Let me bring it back.
I think that this episode, every episode is good, but some episodes feel like fillers. Because we see what I imagine was like Bruce Wayne's actual office later, which was huge with the beautiful window view. Unless that's Lucius Fox's office, but I thought that was his office. I don't know.
Lucius doesn't know he's Batman yet in this, does he?
No, I don't think Lucius ever knows in this series.
No, he doesn't. Yeah. So this is just a random office that he has.
Yo, maybe he's outfitted every room in this building to give him access to some sort of bat bunker thing that he has.
That's mad reckless, though.
Everything he does is reckless. But and another thing, what I love about this is our first time, at least in cartoon live action, where we see him have access to his bat stuff outside the Batcave.
That's true.
After this was Batman Forever with Val Kilmer, where he's able to get to the Batcave from his office. So it's just cool to see that he does have like stash houses. But yes, you're right. It's a bit reckless.
It's it's Batman. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing, and he's like, "What is this thing? I'm gonna tie it up."
He should throw a rope around.
Batman gets got here. This thing just like, and he just gets
super strong. Around. It's super strong.
Now this.
So then he's chased him to the roof.
I'm about to call the biggest flag right here. This is dope. This thing is like, yo, I don't even need to survive. I just got to get this information gone.
So this part made a lot of sense, right? So now you have the whatchamacallit, sorry, 1 second. You have the briefcase, and the Rocket team's a mad smart way because once it's done, you figure everything you're doing is out the window anyway. So
Yeah,
you might as well just get out as fast as you possibly can.
it's not sentient life. It's not trying to survive. It's like I just need to get
Right.
this information out there.
Right.
Um, this is where I call a flag. So this was dope. This was dope. The
I
fact
call
that
it like 100. I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
he
You
hits
take
the
it.
button and that joint opens up. I thought that was sick. And I'm like, he's getting his glider out. I love that Batman would have that stuff. And of course, we see our blonde bombshell
Right.
get the go to the what was dropped off. It appears to be like off the river or ocean.
Ocean.
Uh,
Yeah.
ocean. Um, and we see what she looks like. We know that's her. They're hiding her face from us, and we see that it's the microchip. And then she's in her car driving, no steering wheel. So this is all just robotic. Now Batman's on this glider. I'm like, that's sick. And then I'm like, wait, it ain't got no exhaust, Chris.
So
He's riding the wind the whole.
he's just riding the air currents. He's like, I know these air currents are gonna follow this bad guy. So let me just follow the air currents.
And keep him suspended the entire time.
Huge.
Bro,
I'm gonna start keeping a red flag by my desk so I can start waving it
that's a
because this
red
is
flag. Because he had like the idea that he takes out a remote control and the compartment opens and it's like, oh man. And then he gets this kite out. I'm like, wait, you have tech enough to make this so you don't have to use a door handle? Use
and
it,
then you have and then you essentially just ride a kite.
but
What
like all the way to the ocean.
what if there's a gusty wind? You're screwed.
This dude rode the wind and kept up with a robot car. Man.
Like just like real life.
Just oh man, that's hard to suspend your disbelief. But anyway, she's driving and then she sees, a bat in the sky. It's Batman on a freaking hang glider. Rightfully so. You shoot at him, and it's like Batman must have a contingency plan for getting shot at.
Right.
No, he doesn't. He just pretty much gets shot down because that's what happens when you bring a kite to a gunfight.
You know what, Batman? Usually I like to see you get hurt, but you deserve this one.
That was the dumbest thing in the world.
You deserved it. Why you keep a glider? And you take the
Wait,
glider with
wait,
you.
wait. Pause this. He carried it home.
That's his favorite glider. That's his favorite glider.
Dude, he carried it home. I'm like, where did he walk the whole way? Maybe he's not that far from the Batcave because it's off the ocean, I guess. But still, he just walked home.
He is like the first. It's like a kid, and it's like his kite got broken, and then he's like, oh no, my kite.
Man, but I'll tell you, all that was all that happened for just one reason, and you'll see it right here.
Yep.
This is the reason why that whole kite business even happened.
Let me
None of
pause
us
it
are
here
other than
because I got some facts about. So because this episode was so like really like sparse with interesting facts, I found facts on this guy, Brock Peters. So Brock Peters was a working actor from 1954 to 2005.
Oh wow, wow.
He's African and West Indian descent, grew up in Harlem, went to CCNY College, and he was working. His last actual his last actual credited role was in 2006, where he voiced like a robot for a Star Wars fan fiction. But he
Oh
did
wow.
a ton of voiceover work, ton of acting. He was in To Kill a Mockingbird. He was in Soylent Green. He was in like these like classic movies. He was a black actor in Hollywood when it was still cool to do blackface.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, 1954 was his first major role to 2006.
Well done,
52
sir.
years of active acting.
Well done, sir. And you can hear it in his voice. There's just so much depth and gravitas and specificity. Like it's hard to notice it by watching a cartoon, but you'll know when you watch a cartoon and the acting isn't strong.
Yes. Absolutely.
Watch some of those anime dubs, and you'll be like,
Yes.
something's off here.
Now, is that because they're trying to do the same, do the words and the amount of time that's being spoken? Because the languages are different and the sentence structure is different, so they
It's
can't.
It's all of it. It's not just I've done some dubbing. It's not just the actors. If anything, I would say it's probably not the actors, but yes, they got to do it in the same amount of time that the character's talking. But also, a lot of the times, those actors are brought in that day to read this for the first time, to do it for the first time.
Wow.
So you're not. It's not like this where I imagine on this show these actors got the script and they're working on it just like if it was a regular TV show. When you dub, you go in for a couple hours. You're pretty much reading it for the first time as you're doing it, because they're not going to put as much time and money into the dubbing of it as the creation.
Of course. Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So that's why it doesn't sound as strong as this, but also when you have freaking actors that have been working for 50 plus years, gonna just jump into Lucius Fox. It's like, I'm sure this is lightweight. I'm sure you can handle this.
Yeah, I'm sure he got it. I'm sure he got it.
That right there, Chris, behind Batman is the reason why that whole kite thing was established.
So he uses kite hook.
But then, so later, when when they take over the cave and he gets grabbed,
yep,
that's there. We never seen that before ever in life.
Nope. Just for that episode. That's it. And wait, and why do they need a whole hook for this grab? His thing is so light, he carried it from the ocean.
Dude,
why
is between the freaking closet opening up with a remote control and this hook, there's more technology taking care of this kite than this kite even has tech in it.
That's absolutely right.
I'm like, what is going on here?
Oh man. For cleaning up.
And then here we are. We're at winning the prizes, and this is also really cements that this is not Playboy, superficial, lazy Bruce Wayne here.
He's right. He's actively pursuing. So that's right. So that's a good point. He's actively pursuing who's stealing from his company. What do you call the wet? He's called wetware.
Wetware. Don't Google that, kid.
Yeah, don't Google it.
Don't Google that.
Or Google it in incognito mode.
Careful.
Yeah.
But also when he says, like right here, he says to Barbara, I haven't seen you in 4 years, and he kind of affectionately like grabs her cheek, and it's like, so Bruce Wayne is more than just an affluent figure. As he's also like he's friends with Jim Gordon,
right?
Like the way he greets Barbara is very affectionate. It's very like I've known you since you were a kid, which is very interesting. This is a different Bruce Wayne than they've given us, and it's interesting because if you heard Kevin Conroy and a lot of people talk about this series, they'll say Batman's the guy, Bruce Wayne's the mask. I'm like, not really. Bruce Wayne is a person here.
He's fleshed out because if you look at like Bruce Wayne and like the Nolan films, Bruce Wayne is like secondary to everything.
Yeah.
But here, he's responsible. He's on top of everything.
He has friends.
He has friends.
Dent is his friend, and
obviously Jim Gordon is his friend. He has a life.
He has an actual life.
He's going out with girls. Like he's doing it
all the time, Trish.
All the time.
All the time.
Yep. There's Wubby.
See, right there, that's like a uncle niece relationship. You don't put your hand on anybody's face.
Exactly. Is she in college here, carrying around her teddy bear?
Well, she said that Dad always brings it to her when he picks her from the airport.
That's right.
Because since this is her first debut, they have to establish their relationship for when he gets taken. They have to do that in 2 seconds, and they do it really well to establish.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
and he's embarrassed.
And he's blushing, and then beautiful freaking shot, just driving,
right? Super cinematic.
And all of a sudden, this kind of Art Deco noir turns into that type of sci-fi, high technology thing.
So this is Carl Rossum. So it's funny. So his company is called Cybertron, which is the planet of the Transformers, which I guarantee wasn't done by accident. They also said that he's voiced by William Sanderson, who played J.F. Sebastian in Blade Runner, a genetic designer behind the replicants. So So his role is very, very, it mirrors what he's doing here.
I love when geeks make this stuff because they're just like patting each other on the backs, just geeking out, and I love it. I love when
Yeah,
geeks make this stuff. Um, and Bruce is just mesmerized by the tech that this guy's creating.
it's
At
very
first, I
rude.
thought that was a weapon. At first, I'm like, what is that? Um, that's probably not the best foot massage. Sure.
Probably not. Probably not.
That's just aggressive.
Yeah.
And here we
What is she
meet
wearing?
this lady.
Her anti-static suit. And there's Hardak. Hardak stands for uh, holographic. Hold on. Oop, holographic analytical reciprocating digital computer. Hardak.
Mm. And like the detail in this is what made me go from like this isn't kind of like where I like my Batman to oh I'm in it. I'm kind of in it. I'm kind
Wow.
of in it. I wish that they didn't make her hands cold to do the same thing with Gordon later. So I feel you
Yeah.
guys have there's so much tech here. Surely you can handle their body temperatures.
Right. You have I mean, you're running a machine. It's going to build heat anyway, so you might as well funnel that heat to the surface.
They don't have. It makes less sense for them to be ice cold.
Exactly.
My computer's not cold.
Nope. It's fine.
And then we see it,
Yeah, we see
and
the being
through the
made.
smoke, you kind of see Gordon there.
Yep, you do. And so Hardak mimics a bunch of this is Hal from Space Odyssey, and there was another one that he's supposed to mimic too. That where you have a central computing system that's become self-aware and gone rogue.
And the big reveal here, the blonde hair lets us know, holy crap, she's bad.
Oh
And
man,
Hardak is
she's
like, we need more from Wayne Enterprises. We need more, and then they show up to Gordon to do the first like we're gonna steal you, we're
yep,
gonna take you.
exactly.
Which
Wasn't
in
there a
real life
Justice
they'd
League
kill him.
episode? Yeah, that was. Was there a Justice League episode where they were trying? Was it Justice League or was it?
No, that was the New Adventures of Batman
Oh, where
when
they were trying.
Brainiac. You talking about the Brainiac one, where Brainiac kind of brainwashed Bruce Wayne into using his tech to help him?
No. That I know what you're talking about. No, there was there was one where they were trying to replace. They were replacing everyone with like robots. They were catching them and they were replacing them with robots or something like that.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
don't remember that one.
I don't know. It's a trope that I could be mixing, but it's a trope that's used all the
A
time.
lot.
Yeah, it's cool, but so I'm fine. He comes
I'm,
back.
which is
I'm fine.
weird. So this is weird to me, and I get why they did this, and I can justify to say maybe that the girl, the blonde, has way more sophisticated tech, but it's like she
Right,
doesn't come off like she's able to pass easily as human. So why
right.
is Gordon an
So
influential? You chose an influential figure who's going to come in contact with a lot of
with
people.
right, why is he so? Why is he behind?
He almost needs to be more sophisticated than her, or else the GCPD and every important person is going to be like, "You're not Gordon," or "You're sick," or something.
Right.
That didn't make much sense to me.
Nah. Yeah, I agree with that too. And it was so. All I can say was I'm fine. Okay, so there's a scene where after he says I'm fine, he slaps her wubby away, and he
Yeah,
picks up the paper and it says burglarize on it, and burglarize is spelled wrong on the paper.
really.
Yep,
You
yep,
should have
yep.
told me. I would have put that in. Make sure it stayed. I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah.
Um, and I just see Bruce Wayne at a computer. You
Yep,
don't
he's
usually
working.
see that.
I'm telling you, he's working. Bruce Wayne is working.
And he doesn't buy that his boy doesn't. He thinks his boy is in on it. That dude
Well,
is over
that's
because he knew about
because
that.
he knew about the thefts.
Right.
Exactly.
So Bruce is like, the best way to get closer to this is to get closer to her.
All right.
Like, is that the only way to get? You're Batman. I'm sure you can figure this out without going on a date.
This is the only
Nope.
way. I got to do it.
I got to do it. Taking one for the team.
That's it. Yeah. So her what's it called? Her thing, her makeup thing is spyware.
And then he gets called back to Wayne Enterprises, but leaves her at the mansion. And I guess Alfred Just make sure she's comfortable. Oh my
Right.
god, I have to run out of here.
He
But
probably does that all the time. You know.
he does, but it kind of goes against my head canon of Batman who doesn't trust anyone.
I mean, I wouldn't leave a random chick in my house if I
And
was.
yeah, like you don't even know who she is, and you're investigating her, and they're attacking your business. I feel like I wouldn't. I know
Yeah.
she has to be left there to get into the Batcave. That's my
Yeah.
point. That's my
Yeah.
point, Bruce.
Exactly.
Um,
So that Hardak flashes into the chick and tells her that the files are probably there in Wayne Manor. She zaps Alfred.
Alfred's useless.
What
Bruce
is
is
I?
calling. No one's picking up.
And now he suspects Alfred. Where did Alfred just dropping the deuce?
Yeah,
You
we're
know.
not just taking a crap.
Yep.
And this is weird because this is not the clock.
No, this is an early episode though too. It's an early
You're
episode,
right. You're right. Because this
and
hole
then she,
is
and then she just discovers the secret.
no
Discovers.
security, no alarm system, no
That shit
nothing.
rolls down there. All good.
He
Bruce
comes
gets
in.
there, finds Alfred.
Oh, I must
You
have
know,
fallen asleep.
you deserve this, Batman, because you leave a random chick in your house that you're right. He's investigating her for all this, and he just leaves her in the house with his elderly butler, his only family, his elderly man. He's like, let me leave this random chick with an elderly man.
And like no cameras in his home, nothing he can check. This like
It's
nothing. It's a bit far fetched for this Batman who's been at least Batman for about 8 years now. We're catching
right,
him. He's Batman. Batman.
right.
Uh, he goes down there, and the computer starts bugging. Yes, no, yes, no. And if you wondered why, we focus on the kite.
This is why
This is why.
they made you the kite just so they can use this.
Ah!
To be continued. Um,
It's fun.
trying, I'm trying to think what
This
else.
is good for kids. As a kid,
Yeah,
this was highly, highly enjoyable. It's enjoyable as an adult, but as a kid, I think it hits harder. It's more of a banger for children.
yeah. You know, this is one of the few guys. So Hardak, I tried to do some research on Hardak. Hardak only shows up twice. So he shows up in this, well, technically 3 times, but this story arc, and there's another follow-up story called his Silicon Soul, which is
Oh,
the
I don't
Hardak.
remember these.
Yeah, so the duplicate comes back thinking he's really Batman.
Okay, okay. Now that image, so that's not in these parts. The
No,
Batman dude.
that's a separate. That's a no. It's in the
Oh,
series. It's a separate episode, which will. I'm not sure. I don't think it's season 1. It's like season 2.
because
But maybe we'll
I
visit
just
it
saw the
eventually.
figure of that recently.
So it's funny you say that. So that figure. So DC Direct had one. You want to buy it now? It's like worth $120. I've been trying to find it. I'll find an open one. Anyone knows where I can find one cheap? I'll get it because I want that figure badly.
I mean, I think there's also a Super 7 one that is probably not going to be cheap, but at least it's Hardak Batman figure.
Yep. Here it is. Let me just show you guys it right now. $110, and you see it's dope. So what I like about this, and
Yeah.
anyone who's collect Batman the Animated Series toys or any of the Justice League toys knows that they do not, because of the way they're drawn, when it's transferred to toys, you have a huge torso, a tiny waist, and skinny legs, and they don't stand well. This one
Especially
is
McFarlane. Especially
yes.
McFarlane.
Oh man, my freaking Green Lantern is terrible, but this toy is awesome, and I'm gonna get one eventually because it's so freaking cool. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm looking at these pics. I think I'm wrong. I think yeah, DC Direct might be the only ones
Yeah,
that
super
make it.
cool. Super cool.
Um, you might have to come up that guap.
I think I'm gonna have to. I think I'm
Some
gonna.
things are worth buying.
I think
Some
so.
things, I mean, somebody would say you're crazy, but Are you happy, Chris?
I'll be happier with a hard act. That's what she said.
I can't even. I guess that's our episode, man. I hope you enjoyed this. We're back Saturday mornings, and we'll be back next time with Heart of Steel Part 2. We're gonna see how Batman gets out of this caper.
Does he get out of it?
I don't know.
Just come back and see.
This is like the old 60s show.
Yep.
Every episode you have to come back and see how they got out of the trap.
Yep.
You can hit up this playlist and you can see all our other Batman animated series commentary. We also got toy unboxings, TV and movie reviews. We have toy hunts and we go over comic books. We also got a podcast that's in the description below. Hit that link. Check us out on Instagram, on TikTok, or on social media. And we'll be back. Same bat time.
Same bat channel. Peace.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Three Brothers and a Shot of Milk.